Hello students, today we are going to solve a very comprehensive sum. What I mean by comprehensive sum, in this question you will see pro rata is given to you. Again you will have to do personal working note to find the arrear at the time of allotment, so that personal working note thing is also there in this sum. Third, you are going to forfeit the shares, so even forfeiture ka entry is there in this sum. Then you have to reissue these forfeited shares, so reissue ka entry is there, and at the end you are going to transfer to capital reserve. Now even for that you need working note, so there are three working note in this sum. It's a very important question, students, today what we are doing. Since it's a very lengthy question, again I am going to post a link for this question in the description box below the video. You can tap on the link, you can get the question, you can download it, take a printout, and you can sit with the question to watch this video so that you can understand very clearly. So let's start with the question. Now what the question says: XYZ Limited offered 40,000 equity shares. So how many shares are offered by the company to the general public? 40,000. This is the offer. And remember students, whatever is the offered number of shares, that is the maximum allotment. Company can't allot even one extra share over and above the offer. So maximum allotment which company can do is 40,000. So always maximum allotment is equal to offer. So what is offered made by company? 40,000 shares. So you will write it as total allotment. You will write it as total allotment. So this is our table. This table you make always whenever it is pro rata ka sum. So in pro rata sum you make this chotu sa table, make 4 columns: applied, allotted, rejected, adjusted. And in allotted you write total number of shares which company can allot. So which company can allot maximum? Offered shares. So offered shares are 40,000. And here I am going to write total application received. Let's see what question says. 40,000 equity shares of 10 each. So the face value of the share is 10 rupees at a premium of 2 rupees per share. So even these shares are issued at a premium. So how much is total receivable from the shareholder? 10 plus 2, 12 rupees, which are payable as follows. On application, rupees 2 per share. So on application we are going to collect 2 rupees. On allotment we are going to receive 5 rupees including premium. Question says including premium. So how much premium was there? 2 rupees. So if I split this allotment money, it will be 3 plus 2. 3 rupees is capital money, 2 rupees is premium money. After this, first call and second call. First call and second call. First call is of rupees 2 and 3. So that makes up total 10 plus 2. So this is what installments are given in the question. Now further, applications were received for 60,000 shares. You will write this application received in first column, in column number 1. So how many columns you are making, students? You are making 4 columns. In first column, total application received is 60,000. That you will write it as total application. So total application received is 60,000. What maximum allotment company can do in this sum? 40,000, which is always equal to the offered number of shares. Allotment was made on pro rata basis to the applicant for 48,000 shares, and the remaining applications being refused. So what is the first category? First category is of pro rata. So how many applications were under pro rata? 48,000 shares. 48,000 shares were under pro rata. So how many shares you can allot to these applicant under pro rata? Maximum is 40,000. So this is what you can allot maximum shares under pro rata to the applicant of 48,000, and this will also help you to find the pro rata ratio. Now this is also called partial allotment. You are giving partially, you are not giving completely. If you give all 48,000 shares, it is full allotment, but you are not giving equal to 48,000, you are giving less than 48,000. So this is partial allotment. Partial allotment, you will write difference in the adjusted column, 8,000. When to write in rejected column? When you are completely rejecting it. I mean to say, not a single share given to them. Then only you write in rejected column. Since this is a partial allotment, you will write the difference in adjusted column, nothing in rejected. Now, remaining application got refused. So how much is remaining application, students? Can you find this? Yes, very easy. From total application, you minus pro rata applications. So remaining are 12,000. Correct? How many shares you have allotted to this remaining application? 0. This application, remaining application, got refused, means no shares were allotted to them. So it is completely rejected. When I say completely rejected, this 12,000 will go in rejected column. Agreed? Understood how to make table? So nothing to be adjusted because no allotment was made. Now take a total of all the columns. This total is 12,000. This total is 8,000. Now I gave you a trick. You can check whether your understanding is correct or no. Your first column must be equal to addition of all the columns. Just check. 40 plus 12 plus 8, that makes up 60,000. So your table is correct. So this is the benefit of the table. One, you get to know that you are going right. Number two, it will help you to pass your first entry, bank entry. Your first entry, bank entry will be with this many number of shares, 60,000. And these columns will help you to pass your transfer entry. Also, one more benefit of making a table, it gives you a ratio. So let's find pro rata ratio. So what will be your pro rata ratio, students? 48,000 is to 40,000. Let's simplify this big amount. First you cancel 3 zeros. Then 48 and 40. Take 8 ka table. 6 8s are 48. 8 5s are 40. So what is pro rata ratio? 6 is to 5. So this table helps you many ways. One, it helps you to cross check whether your understanding is right. Number two, it helps you to pass first two entries. Number three, it also helps you to find pro rata ratio. So we also got pro rata ratio as 6 is to 5. Now let's pass the very first two entry, bank entry, which is very easy, students. Tell me your first entry. Date, particulars. This is LF column, not of use. We don't write anything in this. Then amount with debit effect, amount with credit effect. Number one. So what is your bank entry, students? Bank account debit to equity share application account. Let's write down working in bracket. So how many shares you have received in application? You have received 60,000 shares. How much you asked at the time of application, students? You have asked for 2 rupees. So what will be your amount? 6 2s are 12 and 4 zeros. 1,20,000. So this is your bank entry. Now let's pass your transfer entry. So we are done with the bank entry. Let's pass bank entry now. Transfer entry now. So what is your transfer entry? I want to cancel this application account. Equity share application account debit. So you have credited, in second entry you debited, so this account gets cancelled. To cancel it, you have to write same amount, 1,20,000. Your application account is a temporary account, so you will close it. 2. Now this comes here. For allotment column, which account to use, students? Capital account. In previous video I gave you explanation for this. So allotted shares will go in capital account, rejected column will go in bank account, and adjusted column will go in allotment account. So let's take a note of this now. Equity share capital account. Then for refund, rejected you are going to refund, so bank account. And for adjusted you are going to adjust against allotment, so allotment account. Let's write down working in bracket. How many shares? You can take number of shares from this column. Allotment ka column, 40,000 shares into application money. Refund, rejected column, 12,000 into application money. Adjusted, you are going to adjust against allotment, 8,000 shares into application money. Now let's write down the amount. 80,000, 24,000 and 16,000. So we are done with our both the entries. Now you have to tell me allotment ka transfer entry. How much of allotment we are asking now? We are asking 5 rupees. In 5 rupees, 3 rupees is for capital and 2 rupees is for premium. So tell me transfer entry of allotment. Equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital account to SPR account for the premium. Let's write down working. How many shares we allotted? 40,000 shares. How much we are asking at the time of allotment? 5 rupees. Out of 5 rupees, how much is capital money? 3. How much is premium money? 2. Now let's write down the amount. 4 5s are 20. 4 zeros. 2 lakh. 4 3s are 12. 4 zeros. 120. 4 2s are 8. 4 zeros. 80,000. So we are done with the transfer entry. Now we are going to pass bank entry, which is very important. Why? Because you will have to do working note for this. There is a arrear at the time of allotment, and this is a sum of pro rata. So remember these two conditions. If the sum is of pro rata and second condition arrear in allotment, you have to do personal working note. So let's do, students, personal working note. So this is my number 2, personal working. Personal working. Remember, students, when you will be doing this personal working note, I am repeating 2 conditions. Number 1, it is a pro rata ka sum. Number 2, there is a arrear in allotment. Okay. Now let's read the question. Who is that person who made a arrear? Ramesh. Ramesh, to whom 1600 shares were allotted, failed to pay the allotment money. And Suresh, there are 2 persons. Suresh, to whom 2000 shares were allotted, failed to pay the call money. But Suresh is there in arrear only in call money, not in allotment. So we are going to do personal working note only for Ramesh. Now, you know, students, how to do this personal working note. You will start with the pro rata ratio. So what is your pro rata ratio? Applied, allotted. Pro rata ratio is 6:5. We calculated here only. Pro rata ratio is 6:5. What it means? Those who have applied for 6 shares were allotted 5 shares. Now let's check question again. How many shares were allotted to Ramesh? 1600 shares. So allotted, so you will write below allotted. 1600 shares were allotted, and you will have to find out how many shares he applied for. You will get to know shares applied by cross multiplying. So if you cross multiply 1600 into 6 divide by 5, you get answer 1920. So for how many shares Ramesh applied for? 1920. Out of this application of 1920 shares, how many shares were allotted to him? 1600 shares. So there is an excess number of shares that you can find now. Excess shares equal to 1920 minus 1600. So how many shares are in excess? 320 shares are in excess. Now with the help of excess shares, you can find excess application money. How? You have to multiply 320 shares with the application money. How much was application money? 2 rupees. So if you multiply this, it will be 640. So this is excess application money which is to be adjusted against what? Against allotment money. Now how much is allotment money? How many shares were allotted to Ramesh? 1600 shares. And how much we are asking at the time of allotment? 5 rupees. So let's see how much Ramesh was supposed to pay according to 5 rupees. He was supposed to pay 8000 rupees. Let me check again. 1600 shares were allotted and 5 is allotment money. So total 8000 rupees he was supposed to pay. But Ramesh will say, why should I pay 8000? My excess money is with you. How much is excess money? 320. So minus this, you will get to know actual amount payable by him. 640 minus from 8000 minus 640. 7360. He was supposed to pay 7360. After adjusting this excess money, he was supposed to pay. So you have to compare these two amounts and minus it to get the due amount. And this due amount he didn't pay. So this is called in arrear of Mr. Ramesh. So this is what personal working note you will do, students. This is the working note number 2. This format will remain same for every sum. You will start with the pro rata ratio, you will cross multiply, you will find the shares applied, take the difference of applied and allotted. This will help you to know the excess number of shares. Multiply excess number of shares with the application money, you get excess money minus from the allotment money, that will give you arrear. Now let's take a note of this arrear in bank entry. So what is your bank entry? Bank account debit. Call in arrear account. Since there are 2 shareholders, I am writing in bracket name Ramesh. And how we found out this? In working note 2. How much amount debited? How much amount? 7360 after adjusting to equity share allotment account. Now how much you have asked at the time of allotment? 2 lakh rupees. And you have to adjust this. You have to adjust this money. This is what you have written in adjusted column. 8000 rupees is to be adjusted in the allotment account. So now I am adjusting in allotment account 16,000. I have put asterisk over here to get a reference. Okay. So after adjusting 16,000 from 2 lakh rupees, how much we were supposed to receive? 1,84,000. So 1,84,000. And out of this 1,84,000, this is the arrear money. So balance you have received in your bank account. So minus 7360. 176 176,640. This is the balancing figure. You have to minus it, you get the bank money. This is a very important entry, students. Most of the students make mistake in working note number 2. I hope you have understood how to do this working note number 2. So let's start with the allotment we are done. Let's start with the first call ka entry. Number 5. First call ka transfer entry, you tell me. What will be your first call ka transfer entry? Equity share, first call account debit to equity share capital account. Let's write down the working. How many shares were allotted? 40,000. What is the first call money? 2 rupees given in the question. So 80,000 is first call money which we have asked the shareholder to pay. Now, bank entry. Be careful with the bank entry. Why? Because there are arrears. Who made arrear? Both the person, Ramesh and Suresh, both the person. So tell me arrear ka entry. Bank account debit calls in arrear account debit to equity share first call account. I want to cancel this account, so I am going to write same amount, 80,000. Now let's do working for arrear. Ramesh. How many shares Ramesh was holding? 1600 shares. Into how much we asked in first call? 2 rupees. Correct? Then another shareholder, Suresh. We have to check the question. How many shares Suresh was holding? 2000 shares. So 2000 into first call, 2 rupees. So this is what arrear made by both the person. So let's do the total. Total arrear will be how much? 1600 into 2 into 2, 3200 plus 4000. So it will be 7200 and minus from 80,000. So 80,000 minus 7,200 is 72,800. So bank account, you will write the balancing amount. Okay. So we are done. We are done with the bank entry of first call. Great. Then both the calls. So again we have to make a second call ka transfer entry. So tell me second call ka transfer entry. Equity share second call account debit to equity share capital account. Let's write down the working note. How many shares we allotted? 40,000. How much we are asking in second call? We are asking 3 rupees. So into 3. 4 3s are 12. 4 3s are 12. 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 lakh 20. So this we are asking at the time of second call. Again, when you are passing a bank entry, be careful, we have to show arrear again of Ramesh and Suresh. Bank account debit, call in arrear account debit to equity share second call account. I want to close this second call account. 1,20,000. Correct? Now let's do working for arrear. Ramesh holding 1600 shares. We asked for 3 rupees. Suresh holding 2000 shares. We asked for 3 rupees. So what is the total arrear, students? Let's do calculation. 1600 into 3. 4,800 plus 2 3s are 6,000. So that is 10,800. Total arrear is 10,800. Now from this amount, you minus 1,20,000. From this amount you minus 10,800. So your answer is 1,09,200. So we are done with all the installments. All calls are done. Application का 2 entry, allotment का 2 entry, first call का 2 entry, second call का 2 entry. We are done with the installments. Now what the question is saying next? Question is saying that these shares of Ramesh and Suresh got forfeited. So we are supposed to pass forfeiture ka entry. So what I am doing, students, I am just erasing this working note. Hope you have taken a note of all this working note. I am going to erase both the working note because I need space to pass entries. Okay, so just I am keeping for 2 seconds this video for 2 seconds. You can pause when you watch and take a note of this working note because I am going to erase it. Okay. Let's continue now. We are going to pass 9th entry and this is forfeiture ka entry for Ramesh. How many shares were allotted to Ramesh? 1600 shares. Great. So what is your forfeiture ka entry? Equity share capital account debit to call in arrear account to share forfeiture account. This is your entry for forfeiting the shares. Now let's write down the working note. How to get capital ka amount? You will multiply 1600 shares. You are forfeiting 1600 shares. You will multiply it with the face value, that is 10 rupees. So this will give you 16,000, right? Now, how to get call in arrear? You will add Ramesh ka arrear. See, this is Ramesh ka amount. So I am going to add arrear amount of Mr. Ramesh. So 7360, or else I will take a note of this so that you understand. 7360 plus. This is what I am adding. This is Ramesh ka arrear. I am writing R for your reference. Ramesh. Correct? Then one more arrear. See here. Ramesh R. Ramesh R. Okay. So this is 1600 into 2. That is 3200. Plus one more arrear of Ramesh. Ramesh. Then Ramesh. And third place 1600 into 3. It was 4800. So adding all the arrears of Ramesh, you will get the total arrear account. 7360 plus 3200 plus 4800. So the amount is 15,360, correct? Let me check again. 7360 plus 3200 plus 4800. Yeah, 15,360. And you will write difference amount now. Minus 16,640. So this is the difference amount, 640. Somewhere we are going wrong. 7360, correct? And this will be how much? 1600 into 2, 3200, right? 1600 into 3, 4800, correct? Achha, this premium account. We forgot to write the premium account. That's the reason we are going wrong. We have not received premium money from Ramesh. Why we have not received premium money from Ramesh? Because he made arrear at the time of allotment, and you know, remember students, that we have added premium in allotment, and allotment money is not received from the Ramesh. See here, this is allotment ka entry, and in allotment he made a arrear, so we have not received premium money. If premium money is not received, you will also debit SPR account, so even this account will get debited. That's the reason we were getting wrong. To call in arrear account to share forfeited account. Now let's write down the working. How much was premium, students? 1600 into 2 rupees. So this will give you 12, 1 carry, 3200. And what were the arrear amounts? Arrear amounts were 7360. 7360 plus this 3200 plus this amount 1600 into 3, that is 4800. So what was the total which we got last time? Let's check. 7360 plus 3200 plus 4800, that is 15,360. 15,360. So what will be the balancing figure now? Let's check. Minus 16,000 minus 3,200. It is 3840. 3840. So this is what is our entry for forfeiture. So remember students, whenever premium is not received, you have to debit premium account also. If premium money is not received, you have to debit premium account also. And I call this value as A. Balancing value in forfeiture, I call it as A. Now, let's pass forfeiture ka entry for Suresh. And he was holding 2000 shares. Okay, tell same entry, equity share capital account debit. But from Suresh, have we received premium money? The answer is yes. Why? Because check here, see here students. Here he made Suresh, this is first arrear made by Suresh at the time of first call, and second arrear is this at the time of second call. So he made arrear at the time of call money. Allotment money is received, so premium money is also received. Why? Because at the time of allotment we asked for premium, so that money is received. So we received premium from Suresh. If we have received premium, then SPR account is not debited. Am I clear with this? Now, so SPR is not here. To call in arrear account to share forfeiture account. Now let's write down the working. Capital account, you will multiply 2000 shares with the face value, called up value, 10 rupees. What is the arrear amount? You have to add. See, this is Suresh ka arrear 4000, 2000 into 2, 4000 plus this is Suresh ka arrear 2000 into 3, 6000. So what is total arrear made by him? 10,000, and 2000 into 10 is 20,000. So what is the balance amount? 10,000. This is again a balancing figure. This is balancing figure you got in forfeiture. What I write for forfeiture ka balancing figure, I always write it as A. For balancing amount in forfeiture, I always write A. So I have value 2A at two places. Okay, remember this. At the end you will understand where to use this. Okay. 11th, reissue ka entry. You are going to reissue both the shares, Ramesh ka and Suresh ka, both the shares. So how many shares it will be? 1600 plus 2000. So total how many shares you are reissuing? When you reissue, you are receiving money. Bank account debit, share forfeited, account debit to equity share capital account. Let's write down the working. Capital account. How many shares total you are reissuing? 2000 plus 1600, 3600 shares. Let's read the question. What the question says, we are reissuing 3600 shares at what price? All the forfeited shares were reissued as fully paid up. What do you mean by fully paid up? 10 rupees. All the forfeited shares were reissued as fully paid up at rupees 8 per share. So you have reissued shares at rupees 8. This is your issue price and this is your fully paid up, that is equal to face value 10. So this will be 36,000. So this is 36,000, correct? And this will be 3600 into 8, that is 28,800, and balancing amount you will put it in forfeiture account. This is a loss. Balancing amount in forfeiture, listen students carefully, balancing amount in reissue, balancing amount in reissue, we call it as, we give name as variable B. Balancing amount in reissue, write it as B. Balancing amount in forfeiture, write it as A. You will understand this in my last entry. Why I am doing this? Because your last entry is transfer entry. So what is your transfer entry? Share forfeited account debit to capital reserve account. And what amount to transfer, students? Here you will do A minus B. So how many A's you have? 13840 plus 10,000. These are your A ka value minus B. B ka value is 7,200. Am I clear with this? So when you do A minus B, you get the transfer value. This is where we are going to use this variable A minus B. So let's see what is our answer. 3840 plus 10,000 minus 7,200, that is 6640. 6640. So this is your transfer amount. Understood why I written A for the balancing figure of forfeiture and B for the balancing figure of reissue? Because in transfer you do A minus B and this amount will get transferred to the capital reserve. I hope you have understood how to solve this comprehensive sum. Everything was covered in this sum. Pro rata sum, then there was a working for pro rata ratio, we have made that table, then we also did the personal working note, then forfeiture ka entry, reissue ka, and also this transfer entry. Thank you students.